Oh man. That's right. We are back at it again. Another episode of the Ice Cream Sunday Social. I'm one of your hosts, Full Custom Hot Dog.
What up, my hot dog? I'm Yucky Gome.
And I'm Gable Pennyshot. Oh, double flush. Nice.
We've got an exciting action-packed show. We're going to talk about trailers. Oh my God, that's long. Trailers that have dropped. So many trailers dropped fucking Friday. Holy
One
shit.
poster dropped.
What? Oh yeah, that too.
We
You know,
got a
I told
poster.
myself I wasn't gonna swear on this episode, and just like 2 F-bombs right out of the gate. I'm just human trash,
Overachieving.
man.
It's fine.
Yeah, maybe if we run out of time, we might get to some karaoke. We might.
Ooh.
You think maybe a karaoke night?
We could. What
Hard
would you?
pass.
What would you choose, Yuck? I know you wouldn't do it, Gable, but Yucky and I would.
I always choose Sister Golden Hair from
What's
the band
that?
America.
What? Sing part of it at least. I don't know what that song is.
It goes.
Is that?
Well, I keep on thinking about her, Sister Golden Hair.
That's what that song's called.
It's fucking genius. That's
Oh,
a great
I
karaoke
had no idea.
song. But hopefully we're just joking about the karaoke. Hopefully we'll have plenty
I'd
to talk
do it.
about.
I thought it'd be fun. I don't know. It'd be fun.
We
to
should
mix it
do.
up.
You ever
A lot
hear
of guys are
Su-
doing karaoke at the end of at their shows now. Maybe we got.
You ever hear a kamikaze karaoke where you don't choose your own song?
No, that's fucked.
That's fun.
Oh, that's a recipe for disaster, and I'm all for it.
Right?
Yeah, because what if you don't know the song? You still just gotta.
Yeah,
I mean, it
you're
should
going to
be
end up singing
reasonable,
like
you know?
Just
Gypsies,
mumble
Tramps,
through
and
it.
Thieves or something. You're going to
Just
sing
picking
Cher.
Wayne for everybody.
Maybe they're nice and that they have like the lyrics up on a screen somewhere for you, but you just don't know what the tempo or the beat is.
So other than that, nothing else exciting happened this week.
No,
I don't think so. Not that I can find.
What are you talking about? Bunch of awesome things happened.
All right, what you got?
Elon Musk.
Yes.
What'd he do?
What'd he do?
Yeah, what'd he do?
Did you guys listen in on the whole? I'm gonna release all this information that Twitter withheld from the public about the Hunter Biden laptop. I figured that'd be right up you guys' alley.
Now, wasn't this all
More-
like in
more
one
Yuckies
tweet
than
thread
mine.
or something?
Yeah. So Elon Musk was like, you know what? This is what I think. I think his lawyers are like, you probably shouldn't say this. So give it to some other guy. So they picked some random.
Yeah.
They picked some like random author. I think he is. I don't actually know who. I've never heard of this guy before, but he was tweeted out by Elon Musk saying, "All right, here's what went down with the Hunter Biden laptop stuff." So he did like a huge, I don't know, like 40 tweet thread or whatever the hell you want to call it. Also, by the way, Twitter terrible at getting long form like information out to the masses because it's all broken up. You can't follow any like thread or anything like that. So, tweet number 1, tweet number 2, like, those were all out of order.
Yeah, I
That
saw
was
the tweet
garbage.
that was like starting at 5:00 Eastern. And it's like, so what? I'm supposed to just come back here and just hang out and like read stuff as it gets tweeted out? Am I?
Yeah.
I thought he was also hosting a Hangouts too.
He did. Well, Elon Musk was invited. It was actually done by what's his name? Kim, the guy who did was it the Mega File Share company?
Omega Upload. Kim, was it Kim.com?
Yes, Kim.com. I think he was the one actually hosting it, and then
I thought he got arrested.
I think he's out of country now, right?
I don't know. Last thing I thought I heard was that he was doing time. I could definitely be wrong though.
Yeah, I don't know. I do know he makes music. If you go to his website, it's just a bunch of like music that he's made.
He's doing the time of his life.
Yeah,
Could be.
but no, they hosted that where it was just, hey, it was like a live Q&A And just like the whole idea behind the Hunter Biden thing was basically, hey, Twitter did, stifle all communication about it. They promoted that it was, a fake story. But apparently the guy, what's his name? Jack Dorsey, the guy who was the CEO of Twitter, apparently wasn't the one making the call. It was that chick.
That one from the Rogan show?
Yes.
The legendary Rogan
Bill J something or another.
Yeah.
Apparently she was the one who actually made the executive decision, and Jack Dorsey was like, why are you guys doing this? Doesn't seem right. Now, I don't believe that Jack Dorsey, we're getting like into conspiracy stuff here, but I don't believe that Jack Dorsey didn't know. Like, to me, I'm going, that seems dumb. He's on Twitter. Like, all this stuff that's going down with like them suppressing all of this, there's no way he did not know it was happening. Maybe
Why do you think he didn't know?
No, I think he knew, but maybe he wasn't the one who made the call. So, but now he has to back somebody else, right? It's like the force, I got your back kind of deal.
Dude, I don't know. I always think there's those situations where you have the head of a company who doesn't know something, and then the person under him is actually the one who's doing all the nefarious deeds,
Yeah,
all
but something as big as like getting because was it? Am I confusing this with the whole like James Woods DNC thing? Like, I mean, it kind of falls under the same shit, right?
It's under the same umbrella of Twitter suppressing or altering, or what they call them, alternafacts or whatever the hell they
like
coined that
specifically
phrase.
from a political party or whatever.
From a political stance. Yeah, but like with, like I agree, Hot Dog. I think like it makes sense that like, oh, maybe Jack wasn't the one doing the call, but at some point he heard what was going to happen and he did nothing. So I assume blame still has to go on his shoulders, right? I mean, we're not talking like, oh, he found out months later, right? He had to have found out the next day, and all it takes
maybe
is
he knew and just said, I don't care, keep me out of it.
I'm just waiting for this Twitter deal to get sold or whatever.
Yeah,
and
maybe
Trump has to go down, but
yeah.
I'm not the one going to pull the strings there.
Yeah, once again, not very, like, you'd think that conspiracy theorists would be interested in it, but, like, it's not that interesting when you, like, think or call something for, like, the last few years, and then it just kind of, like, comes to light. You're like, well, yeah.
Well, yeah, everybody's been saying that's what's happened the last couple of years. I mean, it's not it's like, oh, well, now, yeah, everything that you guys thought was happening, yeah, it definitely did happen.
Yeah, look out for them chemtrails, people.
We got the wonderful Jim Tuner in the chat. You are not supposed to be talking about this. You're supposed to be talking about Trump repealing the Constitution.
Oh my God, is he doing that?
I don't think
know.
anybody.
I saw
Trump
a quick
anymore.
blurb about. Yeah, it seems like. Did you hear Kanye rolled up on him? Was like, hey, you can be my vice president if you want.
Yeah, dude.
The anarchist in me goes, yes, please. I want to see that dumpster fire.
Trump has too much hubris, though. He would never do it.
Yeah,
he would never submit.
Like, my whole life, like, I guess I've just never been, like, a hip-hop rap guy, but, like, my whole life, people have been saying Kanye West is a genius, or yay, whatever the fuck. Is he trying to do that thing? I just heard that he's doing the thing that Prince did. Because the only reason Prince became the artist formerly known as Prince is to get out of his contracts. It's not like he was trying to change his name just to become some, like, crazy genderless icon. He was just like, no, they own my name. They own Prince, so I'm not Prince. Is that what Kanye is doing with Ye?
Yeah, but you have to look at the branding stuff. Like, he's going to be SOL out of everything. Once you're out of everything and you're ready to start over, what does your redemption run look like?
There's no redemption run this time around.
That's that's what people are saying. But I'm kind of hoping he wakes up and he goes, I fucked up, oh my God. And then he has this come to Jesus moment where he just quadruples down on loving Jews to where he's like, yo, this is the Ye Nora. Y'all had the menorah. This is the Ye Nora. There's more candles on this thing, and like just goes ham on loving the Jews.
Yeah, but
should we explain this? I don't know if everybody knows.
How can you not know?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Kanye,
It's been everywhere.
Everyone knows Kanye was on Tim Pool and started talking about like the anti-Jewish, like the Jews run Hollywood, and then of course Tim Pool was going to like whatever, deflect it or be like, well, that's not my stand.
Yeah.
And Kanye's like, but this is my experience. Like, you can't. No one, in Kanye's opinion, he's like, no one can tell me that this didn't happen because it happened to me. And like everybody's just gonna be like, but it's not all of them. And he's like, but you can't tell me this didn't happen to me because it happened to me. And so he just walked off.
Yeah.
And
like
people
10
are saying that
minutes,
might have
right?
been planned because he had a jacket on.
What do you mean he had a jacket on?
He kept
What's
his
the
jacket
significance
on
of
in the Tim
jacket?
Pool because he was only in Tim Pools for like, I don't know, 10 minutes? No, maybe 30 minutes. But he kept his jacket on, and people are thinking that like he planned the walkout. So anyway, he did the walkout, and then was it the very next day he was on Alex Jones? The
How does that work?
Infowars.
No, it was in a few days. He's been on a bunch of podcasts though lately, and it's all been the same wacky stuff, dude. Bunch of wild anti-Semitism, a lot of talk that really, to me, equated to nothing. I felt like it really didn't.
Like
feel
he wasn't saying anything that bad, or what do you mean by nothing?
No, I mean just a lot of words that ultimately equate to nothing.
Oh, okay. The
You know?
usual,
like the rantings of a crazy person.
Dude,
Yeah,
the real
I agree.
story is like always slipped in between that. When he starts talking about like Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson, it's like that's what's really happened. It's
Yes,
like
100%.
Like his home got broken up. So and he is just like he kind of become a conspiracy theorist for like why it got broken up, and of course it's the Jews.
Yeah,
Do you,
yeah,
do you think
that's
it's because,
100% it.
Do you think it's because Kanye like has been getting buddy with what's his name, Nick Fuentes and all them?
No, because this is before Nick Fuentes.
No, this is
Really?
all about the whole
Yes.
black Israelites. Like
Oh, they're wiling out too now. Like they're empowered by Kanye West. I saw some
Yeah.
videos today of them going pretty hard, and it's wild out there, guys.
I mean, it's funny because I mean, what if they're? I've always saw my whole life. I always saw the Black Israelites as conspiracy theorists of like, oh, these are black people claiming to be the lost, like the the 13th tribe or whatever. They're claiming
Yeah,
to be
something.
like lost Jews, like their lineage has been wiped out by the current Jewish people, and you know, places like Amazon. There's lots of documentaries that allow for this. So it's hard to. I mean, I can't say it's hard to not blame them, but like, dude, we're living in this day and age of quote unquote misinformation where, you know, they will block out anything that they don't deem real history, but they've let this go on for so long that how can you not blame all these people for thinking this way, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Jim Tuner saying the only way for Kanye to save himself is to go into rehab and blame it on hard drugs. Oprah will love him. 1,000%. That's the only way out, is to blame drugs. Obviously, he's not in a right state of mind. You know what is weird though are those texts from his trainer that was talking about locking him up. But seeing his behavior, you're also like, yeah, maybe he's kind of honing
he's
in on
kinda
something.
weird.
Because
Maybe.
who's this other? Who's this other like rapper dude that was just killed? And he had some like video he made about his trainer trying to put him on drugs and shit. Like, I don't necessarily discount, like, when it comes to that part of the story, I don't necessarily discount Kanye. Like, I'm
mean,
one of those
isn't that
crazy
the
guys. I
same-
think Sony killed Michael Jackson.
Isn't that the same guy who also helped put Britney Spears away too?
I think so. Like,
I mean, there was some lot of weird stuff being floated around about that guy too.
yeah. I mean, I don't put any of that behind, like,
I don't know. It's almost like I keep hearing the same kind of story over and over again by some of these like I don't know off the beat or weird side people. Like remember when Dave Chappelle quote unquote went crazy and he came back and was like, oh, everybody was calling me crazy and like they were doing stuff to mess with me. And
Same thing happened with Martin Lawrence. He was running around in
and he
traffic
started
with a gun.
shooting up. Yeah, and I'm going, wait, well, maybe Kanye. I mean, we don't.
We're not
agree
saying
with what
who
Kanye
did it.
said, but maybe there is some truth to it. Whether or not he's demonizing the entire.
we're just saying these are Hollywood businessmen.
Yes.
You know what I think it is? I just think that business, I think that lifestyle, and I think the city of Los Angeles just happens to make people crazy. That's what I think. That's what I stand by. We got
Maybe. Well,
Fanta in the chat. Good to see you, Fanta.
Hey,
Hope you're having a
Fanta.
good evening.
I mean, even seeing, because like the other day I saw Kanye and he's like drawing this thing, and it's like, what are you drawing? Or the host asked, what are you drawing? He's like, these are the pods we're going to live in. It's like,
well, you heard about the Kanye cities he wants to make.
Yeah.
These
Well,
communes.
dude, that is what Epcot Center was originally for Disney. So there is like there's a certain money amount. There's a certain amount of power you get when you start becoming like a social engineer. And as much as Kanye is very highly aware of social engineers and he does talk a lot about it, it's like he wants to become the same thing.
Yeah.
He just knows that there's a bigger plan already in place, right? It's like, yeah, we've already got that, Kanye.
You know what it was called? It was called the ecosystem. He called it. I'm not even. That's not even a joke.
Oh my god,
that's a perfect name. I mean,
it is a great name.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up earlier. So yeah, like, okay, my whole life I never listened to it, but people say he's a goddamn genius, and I'm like, I'm not getting this genius part of this. And if anything, the reason he's talking the way he's talking is because people have been calling him a goddamn genius for whatever it's been, 20 years.
I think so musically. I mean, as a producer, when I hear some of Kanye's shit, I'm like, damn, how do you do that? And that's usually when I really like something is when I ask how they did it, whether it's a movie, story, or a song. That's when I really tend to like something.
And
I get that from Kanye.
Kanye's hasn't always been weird though. Like he's been weird for a long
fucking
time.
Yeah, he's on the spectrum though.
Did you see him sing Bohemian Rhapsody in the UK? Like the dude thought he could sing.
Yucky, what's that show you like? Young Sheldon. He's like Young Sheldon. He's just like that, okay?
Hashtag
maybe now you
back.
get it more. Now Yucky's like, oh, the pieces are connecting for me now. I get it.
You guys remember like this is before I guess Trump was running the second time. Kanye kind of like gave him the support that he was a Trump guy, and then Candace Owens was like, yeah, Kanye. She was trying to recruit Kanye to be the black conservative leader, and Kanye's just like, nope, I'm just gonna do my own thing, stop putting words in my mouth. And then like he sort of like stopped being political for a while. Like this is kind of like how I picture Kanye all the time, where he's like he's 100% in and then he's 100% out.
I think it's that he's like a lot of people with like ADD or something.
Yeah,
gets into something and then he's like, no, this is dumb now. Actually, I'm over it. Burn.
Yeah, except now he's on like a giant scale, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see if he sticks with this whole politics thing for longer than another week. Honestly, if it goes on for a couple more months, I think everyone else is going to go crazy too. Jim Tuner saying most celebrities are insane, but their public image is strictly created by their press coverage. 100%. 1,000%. I definitely think that it, to me, again, it's the whole industry. It's the city of LA. As someone who hates LA and has spent too much time in there, there's something weird in that
something in the
area.
air. Must be
so far, I've been all the places I've traveled. There's two cities that have been very weird to me, and LA is one of them. Yeah. We got Vic King in the chat. Vicious Ink Comics. What is up, my guy?
Damn it!
Boom. Good to see you. Always love to see you, my man.
Back
We're talking about one of your favorite rappers of all time, and it's not Young Sheldon. It is Kanye West.
It's Hitler.
Oh, is that new? Did you come up with that?
No, I saw some meme. I can't claim that. Hitler
That
was
good.
funny.
I came up with the Yinora bit, by the way. I don't know.
Okay, now earlier
I'm impressed by
today,
that.
I saw a repost of somebody from a while ago with a can of Coke that said "Be less white." So that's actually to me, that's the political environment that has kind of like made Kanye feel safe to do what he's doing. Is like it's been okay just to be out against, really any identity that they want to push, right?
Well, I mean, you guys remember that Morgan Freeman interview a long time ago where he was talking about just stop bringing up racism, stop calling me a black man, and I'll stop calling you a white man. Like, you can't get rid of racism if someone's constantly bringing up the fact that we're different. I wonder if, like, just the fact that people raise it in the anti-white environment that, this just takes those people who are the far right and just kind of emblazes them to do more,
Or they've really at least drilled in the whole, like, racism is power plus privilege or whatever the hell, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, that's why I'm not shocked that, like, it's come this way. It's just like, okay, like, this is natural. When you start doing identity politics, like, people are going to fall into the camps.
Usually when you shift over to, like, Hitler was good, I mean, at that point, someone's going to clip that, by the way. That's usually too far. Like, even the people who are really far right that I wouldn't say are like neo-Nazis, but they do kind of don't go around the Hitler issue, and Kanye went full blown in.
I mean, if anybody watched the full like what it was 3 hours, I mean, fucking Kanye is stupid. Like he doesn't understand the clip game. That like, I mean, it's amazing he doesn't. If he,
of course not. You think he really uses the internet? No, dude. He uses it to tweet bullshit. He uses it probably the same way Trump did. No actual knowledge of its working parts and just spewing shit out there.
Do you think he tweets himself though? It's not
like,
a marketing term.
It doesn't matter if you have like a 2-hour preemptive, like I love everybody, I love la 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 la. Once you start saying the certain like I love Hitler or whatever, like, dude, that's the clip, man. It doesn't matter the context. It doesn't matter like.
It seems like a bad comedy bit, right? They're like, listen, Hitler killed a lot of people, but like it seemed like a bad comedy bit, and then it's like, okay, maybe this is performance art. Maybe Kanye is doing this to start a conversation. Maybe he's like, maybe it's just a pure performance art, and he's gonna be like, hey guys, I was just doing it as a bit, and people are gonna go, no.
Speaking of bad comedy bits, I had a dream the other night that Kenan Thompson was playing the Juggernaut. We got Vic, who's saying, waiting for Yucky to go full. I think he's trying to say full Yeezy, full Yee, which is just. I think I am too. I think we're close to a Yucky on Alex Jones' stream. Jim Tuner saying a guy in LA ran over 25 people last month and they let him go. That is what LA is today. Boo, LA. And the Art and Times of Jay Ryan. Good to see you, my dude. He's saying he painted and loved dogs, though. True. He had a lot in common with the common man. Should I not have? What do you do for that? Everyone loves dogs.
Yeah,
a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
And then some of these.
I mean, when you get somebody that's trying to like push absolute free speech, like that's always going to be like the worst thing you can say, right? And so like everybody that tries to push complete free speech, they always go there.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I'm not going to pretend like the rest of I don't think he meant it. You know what I mean? It's just.
I mean, isn't that the
trying
ultimate...
to be the biggest edgelord in the goddamn world?
That's the ultimate test of free speech, isn't it? Is can I get away with saying this?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, yeah, dude, you're never gonna get away with that. Don't even think you can win that fucking game.
No matter
dude.
how. It's the whole thing of freedom from consequences. What is it? There's freedom of speech, but not freedom from consequences or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because he's gonna spend the rest of his life explaining it.
Yeah, and also how do people not react to that? Are people just supposed to go, oh, okay. Okay, you love Hitler. Okay, that's cool. Neat.
Joining us in the studio to find out what he thinks is Woody Allen. This is crazy. I don't believe this.
Is Kanye
I was trying
still
to do it
banned?
too. I couldn't think of what to say. Is banned from what?
Twitter.
It's supposed to be temporary, so he'll probably be back any minute now.
Elon Musk was like, Kanye was like, this is going to be my last tweet. And he showed a picture of Elon like on the boat where he's all like fat and like super white, And Elon was like, that's fine. And banned him. And they were like, why are you banning him? He said something not even on Twitter. And you're banning. He's like, I didn't ban him for that. It was like some like call to violence or something. And I'm like,
it was the swastika. He did the weird swastika in the Star of David. That's according to what I've heard.
And that's from, I guess, some cult uses that.
Yeah, I forgot who I heard uses that, but yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's like a cult or something.
Freedom of speech within reason, I guess.
Dude,
as defined by the ADL, I guess.
It's a fun shit show to watch.
When I hear these things about Hitler and stuff, it just reminds me of like YouTube circa 2012 with like Atheism Tube, where people would be like, maybe Hitler wasn't such a bad guy.
The great atheist.
Because he did this or Hitler did this correctly,
Yeah.
Like, the genocide was bad, but economically, like all
the
that
medical
shit.
breakthroughs, hot dog.
All the weird like 2012 era atheism for everyone, all that shit.
Yeah. You're gonna, if you're on the internet for long enough, you're gonna meet the guy who's gonna send you to that. What the fuck was that podcast? Was it Black Pilled or Black Pigeon or something like that? I can't remember.
Black Pigeon Speaks was one. I mean, you had who was the guy that stuffed a banana up his butt? The Amazing Atheist.
Yeah.
He was a big one. All these guys. Even what's the one that's still around? That Carl guy from England. Sargon. All these goofball atheist dudes.
What do you guys think about the goddamn mask?
I like it. I think
What?
it's
Can
dope.
someone explain that to me? Like,
The
it's not the
pageantry.
first time. It's not the first time he's done it.
No.
Is it? Yeah. Is it just like? I mean, he looks. I don't know. He looks weird.
Yeah, I'm like, is it fashion, or is this one of those, like, like autistic guy likes to wear a mask, like it just. Or can we get more psychological and like, is he wearing the mask to say these things? He knows how bad they are. Is he wearing the mask to actually like hide his face when he's saying such crazy things?
I mean, it's probably like a marketing thing.
He did it for one of his shows. One of his live shows.
Oh my god!
Jay
really?
Ryan said, "Yeah, he did. It was like a big. It was one of the big praise ones that happened within this year, I think." Jay Ryan says, he said, "What would we even have faked the going to the moon if it wasn't for him?" True. Vic supporting, hit the like button because even Hitler would. Thanks, man. That's that is something to say about that.
You know what, guys? Maybe not all a bad guy.
Oh no, Hardy likes dogs apparently.
Oh yeah, Dead Punk
painter.
brought up that Lars von Trier had said some things praising Hitler around 2009. That would make sense. I've been seeing a lot of pairings of them together.
You know what was even more bizarre is how defensive he was of Balenciaga.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
That was strange because it's like, dude, you're on this whole like God quest or whatever the hell. Like this designer people you used to work for have this like crazy bondage, like child abuse, like advertisement, and then he's like defending. He's like, I mean, at first I thought I saw his point because he's like, this is just another detraction to keep you from, fixing your life. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's like a philosophical way to look at this. Like,
Wait, was he downplaying that? He wasn't.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I didn't know he was trying to snuff that out. That's surprising.
Yeah, because he's friends with one of the main designer
That's
guys.
right. It also just seems right up his alley too, to be like, yo, here's a cult right in front of you guys. Adrenochrome.
Dude. I mean, I get the point because I've heard that sort of conspiracy theory idea myself, where like the reason they put
That surprises me.
like the reason they put so much rebellion in movies like Star Wars is because it like gets it out of the audience, right? Like they're not going to become radicalized if they get it through emotionally in their movie, right?
Yeah, emotional escapism.
Vic brings up the mask. The mask that Kanye wore was made by Balenciaga. So there's some links there as well, I guess.
That company though, they've been doing that kind of like I guess it's marketing or whatever. They've been doing that kind of stuff for a long time. So I'm surprised that it's getting such pushback now. And
they're just getting too brazen about it. You know what I mean? They're like, because look at how much shit is going on with Drag Queen Story Hour. It's like they're getting more and more,
they're very bold.
Yeah, exactly. They're putting in their stupid little like
their secret messages to who's the bad guy? Cathal? Who's
Ball.
the one they keep? Malak?
It's Ball.
Yeah, no.
And supposedly Valencia means do what you will, which is do as thy wilt. The whole like satanic saying from Aleister Crowley.
I thought it was like
Can
ball,
I get a
B-A-L.
boo for Satan? Boo. Oh, come on. What a tough crowd.
Suck a dick, Satan.
They really love Satan, apparently.
They just love that guy. Jeez.
You know what, guys? Satan's a fucking dickhead.
You know what? That Satan guy, not that bad of a guy, right?
Tough crowd. God,
Not a
you
fan
hate
of Satan. True.
Ugh. Fuck Satan. Fuck him.
But that Valencia company definitely is.
Dead Punk Gage says, you want to know what's weird? If Kanye had come out as a black Israelite, no one would care because go back a couple of years and listen to Nick Cannon espousing out theories on a podcast. Well, but they did make, the
He had to
Nick
go on
Cannon
an
thing
apology
was a deal.
tour.
Yeah, he had to do the apology. Like, that's just something you can't say. You can think what you want to think. You just can't say it.
I think everybody's just being edgy boys. Honestly, I think that's what's going on right now.
But no, I really think these. I guess I was always confused why did they think Jesus is black? Well, it's because they think the white Jews stole like their freaking religion from them.
So
I mean, that's
I
a
had
pretty
a friend,
heavy thing to think, I guess.
I had a friend that was like the stereotypical angry black dude, right? I think I might have told you guys stories about him before, but like he was telling me one time about like, Jesus is black, and I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, he was living in Africa, and he got he had to go hide amongst the Africans or whatever. Like, no white guy's gonna be hiding among the Africans. And I was like, oh, true. Like yeah, all right. I buy that.
Converted hot dog instantly.
Done.
There.
Done. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he was black.
I think we're gonna be talking about Indiana Jones here once we got all this weirdo conspiracy goofball shit out of our
Oh, yeah,
system.
talking of Satan, Indiana Jones 5 is coming out.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of
That's
Satan.
a transition. There you go.
Satan will not let that man rest. Harrison Ford owes something to the devil. And until he gets like a certain gross on a Indiana Jones film, he can't rest.
Did Disney scan him and his life force yet so they can use him forever?
Have you guys seen that movie, The Congress, with Robin Wright?
No, but I know of it.
Dude, everybody watch that fucking movie. That's the goddamn future, dude. That movie was telling me about eating actor meat, like meat made from actors' DNA. That movie told me about it like a good 10 years before it was in the news. Like, that movie is a trip, dude. See The Congress. That's
is that
the
a big
future.
part of the movie, or is it just like a side thing?
It's just a side thing. Really, it's about Robin Wright. Like the beginning of the movie, every 5 or 10 years, she's going back to renew her contracts with the studio, and like it's like, oh, first we're gonna scan your image. You're gonna be young for it. Like you're gonna be this age Robin Wright in movies for the rest of your life, right? And then it goes to we're gonna copyright your DNA to make meat and products out of it. Then it goes when you get into the meat of the movie, she's going onto the studio and they make her you're going into a I'm trying to think of the word. You're going basically into a make-believe world. Like you have to put this drop of like acid or some shit on your tongue or whatever, and then the rest of the movie's like a cartoon because you're in your like, you're in your like VR headset world or whatever, right? It's a cool movie.
Not to detour too much. Dead Punk says, seriously though, who cares if he's black or not? It's always about the message he preached, 1,000%. Jim Tuner, what about the Nation of Islam? The story of that ancient black scientist inventing white people and such. I think that's Yaqub, if I remember correctly, right? Isn't that the whole thing that Yaqub invented the white man?
It's beyond
So
something.
does that mean they're the Anunnaki? Because didn't the Anunnaki?
There's something. I think that comes in too.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Yaqub was a black scientist who lived 6,600 years ago, began the creation of the white race. He is said to have done this through a form of selective breeding, which is referred to as grafting, while he was living on the island of Patmos.
Smart
I
guy.
need like an eerie sound effect for that.
Yeah, right.
Ooh.
I'll just play something. It's too late. I missed.
Did you guys watch that? What was that? There's a new Netflix show that's like ancient. Oh my God, what's the name of the dumb show?
I don't have Netflix right now, so I don't know.
Anybody?
I don't watch Netflix really. I've been watching Simpsons like all weekend, pretty much. So
It's
Just the
some
Simpsons?
journalist,
Yeah, it's good.
Ancient Apocalypse, and it's just like he's just a journalist going around to kind of pyramid structures and saying like, this is built on top of something. Let's dig deeper, and there's a whole nother older civilization.
oh,
And he's getting a lot
Graham
of pushback.
somebody was telling me about that
Talks
show.
about
There's like all these mysteries and stuff too, right?
I mean, it's not a great show because I mean, all it is like if we could just get down there, like there could be like 4 or 5 different caverns. Like we've used echo technology to find out there's many different caverns, and this is much older. We just can't get any backing to actually dig, and it's that for 8 episodes.
They've been talking about that for years because they did the same thing with like the pyramids, like what's underneath the pyramid. They were trying to scan it for like, I don't know, echolocation or whatever the fuck they do. And then Graham Hancock, he's a guy who goes on the Joe Rogan podcast a lot. He talks about ancient civilizations being older than we think they are, and yada yada. So that,
Even more ancient than we already thought they were ancient.
triple
I
the
guess.
ancient.
I mean, that's one of those. I just like. I guess that's interesting, but I mean, okay.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm like, it's like, well, it's all like, well, what if there was an advanced race, and what if they could fly, and what if they befriended
all right.
the aliens? I'm like, oh, that's a lot of your what ifs are like
Yeah.
8 deep there, buddy.
That is
I mean-
some mental gymnastics.
But it is better than like, who could have built these blocks? Aliens. Who could have built aliens? Did it? Like, you know,
I think that's insulting. Where it's like, how do they build the pyramids? We weren't smart enough or capable enough to build the pyramids. I was like, I think you're putting down mankind. You know, we're a really intelligent species that, you know, yeah, maybe we forgot how they did it or they did it in a special way, but
we made a fucking toothbrush that like that
vibrates.
does its own, that works on itself. Like, you don't think we can make pyramids?
yeah, as I was saying, I'm like, it doesn't have to be aliens, guys. Out of all the conspiracies that are true, that is not one I think is true.
That's why I'm surprised. Like, I have to look more into the pushback that this dude is getting. Like, I don't know, maybe people are just lazy, and it's just like, ugh, we know there's things down there. We don't want to.
Maybe it's just a
dig
lazy show.
Yeah, wouldn't we be scared of whatever's deep in there? You know,
Lizard people.
no, I would. Maybe I'm just assuming the worst. Like, what if it's the cure for cancer that's under the ice? You know.
Are we to assume the people in control want to keep, like, no, the Cthulhu religion is down there? Like, we don't want people to know about the giants and shit like that. So
Yeah,
you got to keep them out of there.
The Middle Earth, Hollow Earth,
Hollow Earth.
the big pterodactyls.
Adventure.
I mean, imagine if there is like an underground, like utopian place. There's a whole civilization that's like miles down that we've never seen before. Be
Holy
kinda cool.
shit! Here's one from Jay Ryan. You hear about the theory that we are actually in the 1700s?
Whoa.
Basically, some king fudged the numbers and just added 300 years. That never happened. Based. That is based as hell.
I'm down.
I would do that. I'm going to do that tonight.
What do you think he would fudge the numbers though?
Maybe just an accounting mishap.
Just fucked
you know?
up.
He's just like, you know what, guys, fuck numbers.
And he's a king, so whatever he says is like decreed by God, right?
Yeah.
So,
and you know, everyone in the court's like, please say psych. Please say it's not 300 years from now.
You're like, wait a minute, what's going on, guys? They got it wrong in the past. I'm fixing it.
Jim Tuner. People who don't think humans built the pyramids underestimate the power of slaves and men with whips.
That's what I'm saying.
True. That's poignant. That should go on one of those memes.
And I'd like to think it's that cool theory of us using drums to create a vibration on the ground. That way the rocks kind of floated on the vibration and you push the rocks.
Hey, we'll do a pyramid episode.
Isn't that a cool
in the new
theory?
year.
That fucking theory is heavy
I've
metal.
never heard that. They hit the rocks and it makes everything float.
Not hit the rocks. They just like I don't know, say lots of people with drums gathered around and they all like dum, 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 and like created a vibration on the ground. So
lighten the load.
Yeah, the rocks would be vibrating and kind of floating to be pushed. Something like that. It's not my theory.
We're idiots compared to the Egyptians. Just saying.
Yeah, right. Those guys knew how to take brains out of noses using coat hangers. Can you do that?
Back then, they had a lot more time. You know, they could
That's
finesse
true.
a brain. We don't have time to do that anymore.
We have to watch Simpsons and stuff.
That's true. Maybe if we built one building that took like 100 years to build, maybe we'd come up with something awesome and not just like glass and steel, you know?
Yeah, what do you think those guys were doing on their breaks? They're pulling their brains through their nose. What else are you going to do out there? It's hot.
The Great Release.
Bunch of new trailers dropped this week on the same day, like in a row. Did some event happen or something? It was super weird. It was like the Beast Wars trailer dropped, the new Guardians trailer dropped, the Indianapolis Jones trailer dropped, and then the new Mario dropped.
I don't know. It was just trailer day, I guess.
It was crazy. I feel like you don't really see that.
You think they would pace it out, right?
Yeah.
Well, but it's the weekend after Black Friday. Is that any importance? I don't know, like movie schedules.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Do they do advertising based around holidays?
Well, these are all movies coming next year, right? So that'd be kind of weird. I don't think it would matter.
Yeah.
It's kind of frustrating. Like, I like to know when a movie's coming out, but like I saw the Blue Beetle poster and it's like August. I'm like, fucking August.
Yeah, of next year. Then tell me about it in July, my guy.
Yeah, right. It's like I'm supposed to maintain a level of excitement for fucking.
Yeah, that's
It's
not
coming.
possible. I don't get excited like that for anything anymore. Transformers is slated for June.
I would say out of all the movie trailers that dropped, what do you guys think? Who took the most news time? Like
What?
who
What is that
really
phrase?
trended well?
Oh, who was the news time?
I don't know.
Who took the most news time?
I don't know.
I
really
was
don't.
pleasantly surprised at how surprised I was by the Beast Wars trailer and how many other people were also surprised by the Beast Wars trailer.
The fact that it existed? Like, what was the surprise?
The fact that it looked, the fact that it existed, and I thought it actually looked good, or at
How
least
does every
entertaining.
Transformer trailer do this? Like those movies have, like the first movie sucked, and every Transformer trailer gets people excited for the next
Bumblebee,
suck-ass
Bumblebee
movie.
was fun though.
Bumblebee was great.
was a good time.
The first 10 minutes.
That's still 10 minutes more than a lot of the other Transformers.
Open up
movies.
your heart. Bumblebee
And
was
the
an
fact that you
emotional
could
role.
see what's happening in this Transformers movie, like you can clearly make out what characters are who, already impressive.
Yeah, and that was a big criticism of the original ones.
Jay Ryan thought RC looked a bit rough.
Yeah.
I agree, but I'll still take it. I'm
I don't know
okay
if it's
with
like a
it.
small head or the head just doesn't look like. Because RC is kind of big. I don't know what the. There's like that 80s artist that does all those like sexy robots, right?
Yeah.
And RC is definitely something of an homage to that dude's art. And this RC is just like, ugh. Like, yeah, they did not try. Not that I need my robots to be sexy, I guess, but, you know.
I do. I need a sexy robot in my
You know,
life.
a sleek design, right? Like a sleek.
Yeah, but
cool
they're
looking
all
design.
kind of chunky. You know, they all are just awkward because they got to do that realism thing. You know.
Yeah, because when you're making a movie in the computer designs, like it's no fun unless it actually makes sense on how the robots change from the robot to the car. You know, like we can't live in this fantasy world of just robots turning into cars without really even thinking about it. Do you think kids even cared about like when Megatron turned from a big robot to a gun that Starscream
Yes.
could use? Do you think kids even gave a shit? It's funny to
Yes.
me that like these adults are like, but if they turn into the car, all the gears are exposed.
You
Whatever.
know, I was kind of thinking about this recently, right? Because I was watching, I don't remember what, maybe Black Adam or something, and I was kind of overthinking it, and then I kind of realized if this was just in the comic, I wouldn't give a shit about any of these questions that I have because it's just comic. You just go, oh, it's comic book logic, right? But I think in a movie, because it's live and you just kind of have more questions because it looks real. If that does
You
that does
expect
that
it
make
to be
sense?
grounded more.
Yeah, you expect a little bit more answers and it to be grounded. Yeah.
Yeah, but these are also alien robot. They're not
Sure,
just robots.
but
They're
you're still
alien
gonna have
robots.
questions
so they
about
could
things like-
control their own size. They could.
Right. Well, you can
like,
buy
to me, why you shouldn't have exposed gears is, dude, Transformers always had like it's like blast shielding, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the boxes that make up their bodies is like the shit that shields their gears and circuits from getting destroyed and hit by lasers. So to not have that is like, this is stupid.
But here's the thing: is like I could buy a robot changing into a car or a gun, but I can't buy a robot changing into like a little gun. If that makes sense.
Well,
you know?
I can't. A robot changing into a gorilla doesn't make any sense to me.
I
Like,
love
who are they
that.
hiding from? Like they
Because-
don't look like a transformer that looks like a fucking car. Looks like a car, right? Those things do not look like animals. They just look like robots in the shape of animals. Who are they hiding from?
They're trying to blend in.
They're trying
Even
to
in
blend in with the monkeys and
They
shit.
just
man.
suck because it's fucking animals.
Even in the original Beast Wars, I'm like, who are they hiding from? The other animals that don't get like do the
Establishing
animals
local
care?
relationships, man.
The saber-tooth tiger's like, I don't think that's a real pterodactyl.
He never poops or pees. We got Rex in the chat. We got Tim Olson in the chat. Good to see you guys. Jay Ryan is with you. He could not fap to that RC. 2 stars.
Yeah, right?
That was easy for me. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
Hey, Fritzky. Good to see you, my dude. Glad to see so many people in chat. We're talking about the new Transformers and how nobody can bust to RC.
well, and like when that movie comes out and it's fucking horrible, like we're just gonna have to listen to people talk about how it's like, dude, every one of these Transformer movies has been crap. Like
I think
I
it'll be
blame-
fun.
I blame
think it's
Bumblebee for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it did bring the bar higher up, but it has that shot that I like in movies where the car does a power slide and somebody walks out of the car.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I love that.
Okay, but wasn't Age of Extinction after Bumblebee? Am I wrong?
No, Bumblebee was the
Okay.
last one.
Okay.
Because that made them rethink how they're going to handle the whole series. Age of Extinction was pretty bad. It was maybe the worst.
Dude, but they're all fucking horrible.
Wait, what's the one with Merlin? Is that Age of Extinction?
That's the medieval one, right?
Whatever that one was the worst. The Last Night? Oh my gosh. That was crazy. That just felt like a weird Chinese fever dream. Like the whole movie had like weirdly, it just felt like Chinese CG, you know? With all the and then just nothing made sense on top of that.
Transformer movies are the type of movie that like I don't mind turning off after 40 minutes and I'm not even like concerned about like it doesn't even bug me like what could have happened in the rest of the I'm just like whew, I'm out of there, dude.
Jim Tuner saying all of them are the worst. I mean, there's some
I enjoyed Bumblebee. The rest,
I like Bumblebee.
Eh.
You could
I
miss
like the
me with
first
all of
10
them.
because it's just a remake of the first Transformers. Bumblebee is. It's a
Yeah,
soft
the
reboot
G1
of the
scenes
first
were-
Transformers,
That's okay.
just with a girl instead of Shia LaBeouf. Boof.
Yeah, but
Boof.
she's Hawkeye. She's what's her name? Haley Joel Osment.
Oh, was that
What's
the
her name?
Hawkeye girl?
Yeah.
Oh shit, really? I might go back and watch it.
You got to admit, though, it was crazy that they killed off Shia LaBeouf's character off screen, right?
I don't even know.
I'm okay
Yeah, they
with
did.
it.
They just say it. They're like, "Oh,
Shia
he
LaBeouf killed
Samuel
himself off
Witwicky."
screen, basically.
That's not what happened.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
yeah. Was it a suicide? Like he killed himself, crapped himself first. Like
First, he shitted and farted his pants while he was hanging, and his grandparents found him, and he
All
was
downhill
very
from
upset. He didn't finish his sandwich.
it did suck because he was a. I mean, wasn't he actually based off a character from the cartoon though? That Sam Witwicky or whatever the hell. Like, isn't that what like Spike? Wasn't that Spike's actual like name? You know, his name wasn't Spike. Was he actually Sam Witwicky?
I
don't even know
think
the
so.
damn name.
I think you're right
Yeah.
because they have the same last name.
I gotta ask you guys, what do you guys think of the goddamn voices in Mario? I think it sucks. I'm not
Jack
impressed
Black
by
is,
the voice
is great.
acting.
Jack Black is great as Bowser. Surprisingly, I thought he was going to be the worst, but no,
Really? You thought he would be the worst?
because I thought he'd be very Jack Black about it. You know,
Oh, okay. He'd
I wanna
just be Jack Black.
do all that shit. You know.
Oh yeah, like he's gonna be like, he's gonna sing some damn song.
Yeah, I was dreading that, and he actually did it like he's playing Bowser.
Oh, he might have a song in the movie. Let's not.
That's fine. That's
let's
fine.
not put that.
But I mean, the
past Bowser.
voice, and so far from what I've seen of how he acts, felt very Bowser-like. I'm okay with it.
Dude, the
I still don't think I've gotten enough from Pratt to realize whether or not
No.
I like him as Mario.
Dude, so yeah, right now I'm a no.
I haven't heard anything other than like,
It's just
like
not like
grunts.
like I know. I guess like maybe Italians don't want Mario to sound all like it's a me and stuff like that. But like I don't know. I guess that's just Mario in my head. It's been so long of the marketing and like.
Yeah, they should have just gotten the voice actor from the other, was it the games or whatever? I don't know.
Like,
That is
there's
an
the
interesting
one scene
call.
where Chris Pratt just goes, "Let's go," and it's just like, what the fuck is that? Let's go. Like,
He
this-
does not say it like
He
that.
does. He just goes,
I wish he
"Let's
did."
go."
Let's go.
It's just not like that's supposed to be the "Let's go." Like, come on.
Chris Pratt thought he was in an Amazon Prime action movie.
That
there.
was pretty weird too, though. That he just they kind of said, "Oh yeah, he's got a voice for this, and he's doing a Mario voice," and then you hear him, and yeah, he's just in his normal voice.
just Chris Pratt.
Like it's such a weird. It's almost like a joke. They just play it on us. There,
It's
you know?
yeah, it's strange, and I don't like that girl is who is she? Peach or
Oh yeah, the princess. Yeah.
I don't know which princess that is. I'm aware that there's two princesses. I
and
guess.
Peach. I think it's Peach in the movie.
Who
Like-
plays the voice of Peach or whoever?
It's that weird girl with the big eyes.
Oh,
Weird
that could be
girl.
anybody.
Movies. Hold on a second. Talk amongst yourself. I'll figure it out.
It's Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh, the was it? She was like the witch or whatever.
What?
What?
No.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah,
chick?
she was in The Witch. Yeah, yeah,
Is that the witch lady?
yeah.
You said weird bug-eyed. That's the only one I can remember.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was someone else even.
I don't know.
Isn't it kind of weird that John Leguizamo was offended about the whole Luigi thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, weird.
Especially
Like,
when
who's
they spend
thirsting
so
for the
long with
Luigi part? That's even weirder. Like, he just wants to be Luigi so bad. Like, that was his
Yeah,
part. He
I
was
feel
born
like
to
that's
play
more
was
of it.
Luigi. That's weird.
He's like, why didn't they ask us to come back? Like, every actor is a fucking moron when they're like, they didn't ask me to come back. It's
you
like,
remember
yeah.
Adam West did that for Batman when they got Keaton?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Back before people realized what a gem we had of Adam West, and people were like, "Hey, that's funny. Like people want you in that movie."
Leguizamo can come back when Bob Hoskins can come back.
Fuck, that's rude.
Dude.
I know.
I mean, he was at least a good Mario. Like, fuck. Bob Hoskins was a great, like, you probably won't get a better
was a good
live action Mario than Bob Hoskins.
I still like that movie. I know it was a bad movie, but grew up on it.
You bastard.
I grew up on it. I can't. Nostalgia is too.
It's
too
just
hard.
cool that they went so crazy with it.
Yes.
That's why I appreciate it so much,
I
because I remember
can't
being
stand-
excited. I was so excited. I grew up a huge gamer, dude. Obviously, I still am because I talked to you guys about Fortnite and nobody wants to listen to it. But I was so hyped for Mario Brothers, and then I saw it, and just little kid me was so confused. It was insane. I love it now in retrospect.
See, that's what I'm saying. Even a kid knows what an adaptation is, right? When it's like, why did they make up all this bullshit? Like a asteroid hit and like an asteroid hit at the time of the dinosaurs and created a different dimension. It's like it is just creating its own fucking thing. It's just like, yikes.
Well, speaking of kid, mine watched the Mario trailer and he's all in. Like he's
Really?
like, hey, we need to get tickets for opening day. Like he is there. So
Cool.
I assume somebody it hit somebody.
How does your kid feel about the Minions? Just because I asked because it's the same company, Illumination. This isn't trying to incite slander against Gable Jr.
Do you think he recognizes brand?
I don't know. I mean, I would think there's a similar feel to things, you know?
Maybe.
We did go see the Minions movie like over the summer, or was it the Rise of Gru or whatever?
Yeah.
And he liked it, but he doesn't like it enough to be like, I want the toys. You know what I mean? Like he enjoyed it for what it was, but he's not going to be like, hey. Now, other than like with Mario, I have so many freaking Mario toys and stuff, and posters and all this other crap. Like he's 100% in.
The Lego ones are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just think making a CG movie out of a lot of these fantasy ideas is the way to go. Because, I mean, it can look like what it's supposed to look like. It could be more fantastical. Like we were just saying how just to make a live Mario movie, they had to, like, these people feel like they got to fuck with so many details just to, like, make it make sense. And it's like, no, I don't want it to make it like, I don't even need Mario to come from Earth.
Yeah.
He could be a fucking plumber in the Mushroom Kingdom. You know what I mean?
Plumber.
Like, he doesn't
But he's
need to-
Italian coded.
Well, maybe there's Italians in the Mushroom
Space Italians.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jim Tuner says, I really wish Tim Burton had cast an old Adam West in those Batman movies. It would have been so surreal. You know, I don't know if you guys have been following this, but in some parts of social media now, they're using AI to generate fake movie clips. Or not clips, but stills. And I love it so much. And that makes me want to see if somebody can do like a Tim Burton Adam West one. Like somebody did a Jodorowsky's Tron, and that was just made me sad that movie doesn't exist. Because it looks
saw
so freaking cool.
Just like his
Orson Welles as John Wick.
Yeah. Someone posted a Pong movie made in the 70s. I forgot who the director was. And it looked like some kind of weird, like almost like Space Odyssey or like a Kubrickian take on Pong. And I love those. So, or someone did a Fritz Lang Hellraiser, I think. And that was so cool. Like these things are so rad. And I thought about doing a video on it to never do videos anymore, but just to share with people like all these cool things that are happening. But yeah, that'd be one for the AI.
You know, he brings up Tim Burton, and that reminds me of another wacky adaptation I just tried to watch. I tried to watch that Wednesday on Netflix, and like, dude, they gave Wednesday like psychic powers. Like she touches people and sees the stuff that happened to him, and then she gets sent to a monster school, and I'm like, do you guys forget that this is like
into this before though? They are supernatural entities, unstoppable.
There's not damn monster. Adam's family doesn't have werewolves and vampires walking
around.
They're
What's
just like a
Cousin It,
ghoulish
then?
family. He's a weird.
He's a werewolf.
He's a weird European.
He's a
He's
werewolf.
a werewolf.
No, he's a
He
weird
just never
European.
changes back and refuses to get a haircut because he's afraid of
telling
silver shears.
I was just like, it's just not Addams Family. They had to like add so many things to the universe to make it whatever.
Has
the hell
Wednesday
they wanted.
ever had telepathic powers?
Not.
I
mean,
I don't know too much about like the comic or the cartoon that came from it, but like the first two movies or whatever, like grew up on those. So in my mind, I don't ever see her ever having telepathic powers. But
no, I mean it's a sitcom. This to me, this is like jumping the shark, right? It's like Addams Family is a comic strip that was made into a sitcom, and now we're trying to make like a YA series of like. She's an outcast. How are you an outcast in a school of monsters?
That's how
Does that even make
outcast
sense?
she is. She's so on the fringe. She doesn't even belong with these fringy people.
It doesn't even make sense thematically. like she's around real monsters and she's just like a goth girl. Like that
But I'm the
makes
most
sense.
monstery of the monsters.
I have a dark sense of humor.
Is Cousin
Ugh.
It on the show?
I don't know. I haven't watched it. I might power through it because I got to say I do like the girl who plays Wednesday. I think she does play a good Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
She's
I
just
might
good all
power
around,
through it.
dude.
X, all right.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Something
Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
Ortega
Stream
from,
5 or 6,
X.
whatever the hell we're on now.
Oh yeah, that's right. She
Some
was in that.
theories in the chat about Cousin It. Tim Olson says, no, he is a were European.
Oh.
And Dead Punk Gage says, Cousin It is semi-Mediterranean. So that's where we're at on Cousin It Watch. They never explain what he is, I guess. He's just in it. He's just some thing.
He's in it, man. These are weird Europeans.
I'm telling you, like this Wednesday show just feels like it was another show that they just slapped
Yeah.
the Addams Family onto.
Or
Yeah.
wasn't
is
Tim Burton's
very
like last movie that I can't even think of it. Miss Peregrine's School
I thought it
of
was
Wayward
Dumbo.
Children. It was like
the
another
last thing he
like
did.
mutant school or whatever. So I think maybe he wanted to do a live action series based on that, and he couldn't.
I'm
so he's
just
like,
really into
fine.
freaky schools right now.
I'm really into monster schools.
Yeah, I'm in a monster school phase, Mom. I'm never gonna grow out of it.
Monster High.
Yeah,
When did that movie come out?
Is that the manga influence on modern storytelling that things are starting to be in schools and like maybe Harry Potter more?
That's that. Yeah, probably Harry Potter.
So it was Dumbo that he did after Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. It just seemed like a shitty Marvel spinoff to me because all the kids have weird, funky powers, right?
Oh, we're monsters.
I just thought
No
it
one
was like
understands
Excalibur or
us.
something, or like New Mutants.
I like scary. Oh, I like scary monsters. And speaking of that, I saw Troll, and that was another like I don't know. The effects are good. It's definitely. I mean, it's a straight up remake of the Godzilla from what is it, 2014 or was it 2014?
I don't know.
The
I
new
think
US
so.
Godzilla.
2014 or 2016?
Is that the Netflix movie Yucky Troll?
Yeah, it's a Norwegian Godzilla remake. And
Is that-
I mean there's some really good lore to it, like when the Christians came to Norway, they had to kill off the trolls because it wasn't going to mesh with the religion. So there's some cool lore to it, but like it really just does build like a sympathetic monster. And
Is
you're
it
like,
related anything to the other Troll Hunter movie from like
No.
10 years, 15 years ago?
No. I'm telling this is such a remake of Godzilla. You're going to feel like
Does he
you're
fight
just
giant
watching
roaches?
Godzilla again.
Oh man. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's very strange. I expected a little bit. I don't know if it's like after Shin Godzilla. I thought Shin Godzilla was like a more, I don't know, just like a grounded way to do Godzilla without having to have like really stupid character relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think Troll like just set it back where it's like it's a lady who's a dinosaur hunter. Her father, of course, researched all the troll stuff and was seen as a conspiracy theorist by the. I mean, it's just you've seen this damn movie.
Hold on a sec,
like
Yuck.
10 times.
Hold on. Dead Punk saying it's sort of a sequel kind of to Troll Hunter. Is that true?
I mean,
Well, I just asked.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's. I don't think
Troll
it's
Hunter was like a found
officially.
footage. It was
Yeah.
like, I mean, this is just it's weird.
Which I do recommend the original Troll Hunter.
The Art and Times of J. Ryan says, "Will there be a Mothra and Swedish princess twins?" Yeah, I
One
hope
can
so.
only dream.
See, that's why I thought it was a setback because even the U.S. Godzilla understood like we need a monster to fight. You know?
Yeah, that's the best part of these things is monsters fighting monsters. Monster on monster crime, man.
Yeah, and this is just like
No
and
substitution.
they must not have like big buildings in Norway or something because like
It's all just
there's not. I mean, I swear to God, in an hour and 40 minutes, I think there's 3 or 4 sequences of the troll. It was very underwhelming to me.
I hope they focus on the people because whenever I see a giant monster movie, what I really love is when they focus on the people.
Yeah, and their
Right.
complicated relationships and
Yeah.
stuff, man. No, for sure. Jim Tooner, back on when we were talking about the monster schools, he said, "No, it's Umbrella Academy and all the Japanese mangas that it stole from. That is the source of school stuff." I feel like you do see it all the time now.
All the time. Second.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just
I
'cause
did
I'm-
watch a documentary about automats recently, and that was surprising. They could pull that into like an hour and a half or an hour or whatever. You
And
guys
you
know what an
enjoyed it.
automat is? I don't.
No.
I don't know. Automats were like these restaurants, and they put the food in the walls in like these dispensers, and then you put in a nickel, and you open the door, and you get a fresh food.
Plate of food. Yeah, they still
It's
they
like
have
from
those
the 20s
stills.
and 30s. Where?
Weird.
Like places like you'll go and you go to a kiosk, you'll order, and then it'll pop up to a window. You guys ever seen those?
What?
And they give you a code.
Oh.
It gets text to your phone, and then you
I've
just go
never
type
heard
it
of
in.
whatever you're
Is this
saying.
like the city version? Is this like the city slicker version of just like going to the butcher's? At
Yeah, I mean,
lunchtime?
kind of. Like, hey, I want,
This is
I want
like
a cheeseburger.
a
but it's-
sandwich or a
$35.
cheeseburger, and it's in there.
What
It's-
is
you just go-
sandwich?
Yeah, they do exist though. By the way, They just
What?
go around.
Jim Tooner said automats are gross. Well, they seemed pretty gross at the end of their life. They were just talking about how homeless people were just chilling in there.
No. One of the most gross things I remember was I was working in the D.C. area a long time ago. I don't live there anymore, but there's this place you go for sushi, and it's a conveyor belt, and it
Yeah.
just goes around, but it's in the middle of a mall.
That's a little weird.
And yeah, and so I'm like, how old is that sushi? Every time that sushi goes around, I'm going, how old is that sushi?
Yeah, and people are breathing on it and like laughing on your sushi.
They're
like one
laughing.
of those-
That's what bothers you, Yucky, is all the chuckling on your sushi.
Stop laughing
They're
at
breathing
my
on
fish.
my sushi.
Stop laughing at my sushi.
I mean, they have little dome. They have little domes on them, but in my mind, I'm going,
Oh,
what in the
okay.
world?
They have little domes on it. That makes way more
I like
sense.
Yucky's version better. There's
It's
just
just
some like
open food.
random treadmill with his sushi on it.
Yeah,
It's just like a buffet. It's like a traveling buffet.
It always freaked me out. I never ate there because I'm going. I swear I've seen the same looking food over and over again.
Oh, ew. Airport sushi is the most scary sushi. The conveyor belt thing is actually done in Japan.
Yeah, I've seen that before for sure.
Yeah,
I've only
it's a
seen
thing.
it in the Mr. Bean movie Johnny English with Rowan Atkins. That's the only time I've seen the conveyor belt sushi thing.
Yeah, it's. I don't recommend it. It's weird, and I don't like it. And there's too many colored plates.
I don't like eating around people. Like whenever I go out in public to eat, that's where people are
What?
like just open air coughing.
Are you that weirdo who has to go eat in the bathroom?
Oh yeah,
No, I take my food and leave. I'm the
To his
weirdo that
bathroom
eats
at
in
home.
the car.
he just goes to his bathroom and in his house and then eats there. That's not weird at all.
Yeah, I'm not even like a crazy I'm not like a crazy COVID conspirator. I'm not like because I mean I was like this before COVID where you just go out to eat and there's just people going. I'm like great.
Lucky's like, COVID's the best thing that's ever happened.
Did COVID ratchet up that paranoia then?
No, it just confirmed what I always thought. Like you dirty fucking assholes.
If you guys go in public now and someone just starts coughing, does everybody just stop and just immediately look at them?
I do leer. I do leer.
Yeah.
Especially if it's more than once. Because
Yep.
I'm like, what are you doing out here? You don't
like,
even
"Ah,
have a
shit."
mask on. At least do me the freaking favor.
Mask up.
Mask up, chump.
Excuse me, sir.
Well, like that's one thing that I've always liked about Japanese culture is like you're sick and you go out, you wear a mask. I
But they have
appreciate that.
socialized medicine, though. That's
I don't
why.
care. I hope that permeates into our culture now after COVID. Is that if you're sick and you're going out, just put a mask on. I'll be in paradise if that's the
No,
case.
it makes me want. Why do Japanese girls wear the weird eye patch things? Then what is that like?
What?
Pink
What are
eye
you saying?
Or something?
What is that?
I
Yeah,
just
somebody
see that
farted
a
on their
lot
pillow.
in like anime and like manga, like girls wearing like weird patches on their eyes. So is that the same equivalent as the breathing
No, they
mask?
just got LASIK.
Yeah.
I don't know, is that true? Is someone in the chat?
no,
Is someone in do we have a weeb in the chat? that
Weeb,
knows
we need a
what the whole,
weeb
like,
in the chat.
No, the,
We need a
the
weeb.
Japanese girls get eye surgery to make their eyes more fuller.
Is that
That's a real thing, by the way.
really
What?
Yeah.
That's not that real.
to look more like a white man
It definitely is.
on the day I was born?
Tim Olson says it's to stop you from getting eye COVID. And Jay Ryan says that's for my pleasure.
Oh, yes, sex bot.
Oh my god.
What?
We have our first sex bot. If any lonely gentlemen
Did
are in
we?
the chat,
Help you find perfect match.
I didn't see it. It's not coming up for me. Oh, wait.
69mega.com sounds like a pretty
Why? It's this
stand-up
liquid is
website.
falling all over.
I
that
made
guy's
them. I
face.
made them a mod because they were so compelling. I wrenched them. I wonder what would happen if you did wrench one of those accounts. Like if they would just go nuts.
Next show. do
Yeah,
it.
we'll see. We'll see.
Did anything
Oh,
else
there it is.
crazy
There's
happen?
the 69 match. So we also got trailers for Guardians 3.
I don't care.
I don't-
It doesn't even look good.
I didn't even watch it.
This looks fine.
I did see James Gunn actually got like a tight, like a
You got tight. You got tight
I don't
butt
know. I don't-
cheeks.
what do you call that? A
Promoted
saying?
to head of DC.
a director's credit where it's like
Yeah,
a
you
James
gotta-
Gunn film, like James
Oh,
Gunn
really?
Oh, he's got-
Didn't they do
title
that for Thor with Taika Waititi though? Wouldn't they go
think
Taika
so.
Waititi's?
I think that's the
Thor?
first time I've ever seen that in Marvel because I would have thought it would have came from the Russos, right? Because the Russos obviously have made the best Marvel movies. Right?
Yeah, but all their
Winter
other movies
Soldier-
suck, and Gunn I think has a rep for doing some pretty solid shit.
Maybe it's just because he's the only guy that the only director that stayed on for like 3 sequels of a character. Maybe
What the hell happened to the Russo brothers?
Are they still alive?
they did Endgame and then people didn't care anymore. They're like these guys suck now. Like these
Well,
guys like ruined all their good credit.
Whatever. What is this called? Gen 4? What is it?
Phase
Tier
4
4?
or something?
Phase 4
Phase.
sucks. It sucks. It's
Supposedly,
it's been boring. It's
There was
dumb.
just a article about how they're even though we've heard all this stuff about what's coming out for the next phases, the supposed MCU that they might be making some changes because I'm sure like I don't know, it's in the air that girls don't like this stuff and guys really don't like it.
What? For Phase 4?
I said it. Girls don't.
I no cap on a stack. I feel like the only people I know that are eating this shit up right now are women.
Are they?
I feel like it. That I
Just
know.
a smaller
Is
degree
it just
than guys.
is it just spite though? Is it true love or is it
think so.
spite?
I don't know. They're watching it. They talk about it. That's what I can tell you.
Interesting?
I mean-
Maybe it's just not made for you, Yucky.
It's definitely not made for us because
Definitely.
we're not little princesses or whatever.
I think it's bad. That's why it's not made for
bad.
me. Yeah.
like nobody does. When I was a little boy, the superhero entertainment made you wonder like who would fight each other and who would win or whatever. Like what are the girls talking about? Just like
Who will the prince pick? Will they pick the lonely poor girl?
all they do is congratulate it for like I'm glad it's not a prince like a damsel in distress like that. They don't that. That's their only commentary on modern stuff is like, thank God it's not a damsel in distress. I heard that about Mario, that like Luigi's going to be the damsel in distress.
Yeah,
I heard that too. I like that though because he's kind of a goober in the games. It's like if you play some of the more RPG ones, the text-based ones, they
Right.
kind of relegate him to a goober, and it's really funny. So it could work.
Yeah,
They
I guess
downplay him a lot.
right.
Like nobody knows who he is half the time. They would be like, "Oh, you're like Mario, but with an L on your hat."
I never
big L.
It's fun. Jim Tuner says, anybody remember Gray Man this year? That is what the Russos have fallen to. You think they've tried to call Marvel a couple times yet, or no?
Is Gray Man that movie with
The Goss.
with Gosling.
Gosling and Chris Evans.
Are these just like generic action movies? Is that what they're
Yeah,
making?
that's exactly what that is. I heard it's
'cause
good
what was-
though. So
I never saw that. Was it called 21 Bridges that had Black Panther guy Chadwick Boseman in it?
I don't know what that is. Though.
I never saw that either.
What, Black Panther?
No, the 21 Bridges.
Oh.
It's something that the Russos did after. I don't know if it was after Infinity War or before. I can't remember.
Is that where it's like, okay, some bad things happening in the middle of a town, and the only way to get in is through all these bridges, and
I don't know.
they blew up all the bridges, and now all the bad shit. They're
don't
stuck
know.
in there with all the bad people. I bet you that's
think-
the plot.
I think nowadays there's so much police shit on TV. It's hard to just make a normal police action drama or whatever.
Bring back
for movies.
Dragnet.
Yeah, right.
That's all I'm saying.
Didn't
Just
they
the
just do a
facts.
remake of that or something?
No, good.
Yeah,
No,
Jim Turner
old-
says 21
didn't-
Bridges was 2019. Nobody remembers it.
I could swear they just did a Dragnet.
They might have, but I'm talking about the old one.
And you can just go on Tubi; it's right there.
You know, even the old one was a remake of an older show, Dragnet.
What? Really?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? There was a Dragnet from the 50s that was
50s,
black and
yeah.
white, and then they redid it in color in the 60s.
It's
or
just
the
Dragnet
guys?
all the way
or
down,
late
hot dog.
I know the main guy was the same, but the partner dude was.
I feel like I've seen
think.
both. I think they aired both on Nick at Night or something.
I never knew about the black and white one. I
I
just
feel like I saw it. Tim Olson says the sequel will be 22 Bridges. I don't think there's going to be a sequel, buddy.
Yeah.
somebody block him.
Keep hoping there.
No, just
So Guardians 3, not so good looking. I'll see it.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. I feel like a little I'm a little more excited for the new Ant-Man, but even then, not a whole lot. I just like the only two series I've liked in the MCU period that I liked a lot have been Ant-Man and Guardians.
really.
And
Interesting.
I liked
Okay.
and for that I only loved the first ones of each.
All right. So that's not the most glowing endorsement there.
No, not at all. Not at all.
All right. That's fair.
I'm more excited about Blue Beetle because I was around when DC switched. The old Blue Beetle was Ted Kord, and he was Blue Beetle for a pretty long time, since I want to say maybe the 50s or 60s through.
Yeah, didn't they have to shoot him to get him out of there?
They shot him in the head. It was pretty traumatic to me.
I'm sorry.
And then so they turned Jaime Reyes into the Blue Beetle. And they just, I don't know. He's a good Blue Beetle, has a good looking suit, has never had a fucking story that can you can latch onto, because they're so DC. With the new Blue Beetle, you find out that the Scarab is actually from outer space.
Whoa.
And it's
Yeah.
part of, I don't know,
Spoilers.
some.
Yakub made it, I think.
Yeah.
And so every single if Blue Beetle is in a cartoon, it's about the aliens are called the Reach, I guess. And so if there's a cartoon, it's the Reach. If they're they've been ramming the Reach for
Phrasing.
dude, that's I'm sick of it, because it's dudes, guys, this story isn't working. No one gives a shit about the Reach. It was a little scary when they first introduced Blue Beetle, and Guy Gardner's Green Lantern ring gave him a warning that it's dude, this thing is a fucking weapon. And it's so the Green Lantern technology is aware of the Scarab technology, right? That was cool enough.
Was
Yeah.
Guy Gardner and you gave it to a Mexican?
Oh god.
Because isn't he supposed to be the
And
edgy
you
one?
gave it to a goddamn Mexican? That sure don't sound like the Reach.
I hope that's in the movie.
So I'm hoping Hollywood will at least try something different, or maybe it's not going to be.
It's going to be the same thing, Yuck.
Well, here's the bigger question. I wonder how much James Gunn is going to have, input wise. I'm curious to know where DC goes now that it's under him guiding.
I mean, it's already filmed and wrapped, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
it
but
is.
still,
think he
he's
has
gonna
anything
he's
in
gonna no. You think he's not gonna look at post, and then he's gonna go, it's kind of shitty here, or we need to do this, or we need more jokes.
I think he'll let it go out, and then he'll form his own DC verse.
What? No. I disagree.
I think
I
so.
disagree wholeheartedly.
All right, we'll find out.
Yeah, I don't know. Jim Turner says Blue Beetle has always been a second-rate Batman.
No.
Layering the alien garbage on top of it just made it worse. I always thought he was DC's Spider-Man. Like he's always swinging from his rope from his like beetle copter thing or whatever the hell.
Oh yeah.
I always thought he was DC's like attempt to have a Spider-Man. I mean, dude, the Blue Beetle goes back to the frickin' 40s. He had an old radio show when all it was a cop with a bulletproof chainmail vest or whatever.
Bring that guy back.
His name was Dan. Oh my God,
Schneider.
No,
I forget everything as soon as
Dan
we get
Hold'em
on this
Tider
podcast.
Schneider.
Dan Lee.
Dan Garrett, I think it is. Dan Garrett, and then Ted Cord, and now Jaime Reyes.
Dan Holder Tider. She's a fighter. Schneider.
I'm excited for the Latinx representation.
Oh yeah.
So that's
Wait, so
good
which
for me.
Blue Beetle is it? One in the movie?
It's Jaime
It's the-
Reyes.
It's
Jaime
the
Reyes,
alien.
all right.
And I don't know if there's going to be any mention of a Ted Cord or anything. Because lately,
They should.
the
No,
only
why would they? That's a waste
Fan
of time.
service.
well,
Fan
but
service.
the only reason
No.
up to this point, at least in the comics, because I mean they've tried to give Jaime Reyes his own series a few times, and I think one of the last series they had to team him up with Ted Cord. They tried. It was trying to get suckers like me to buy it. Like, oh, Ted Cord is back as Blue Beetle, and he's mentoring Jaime Reyes.
There have
I
been
almost
many
did buy it.
before you.
So I don't know, but I got hopes for it. Like, I don't know. Damn it.
You're excited for it. I'm happy for you, buddy.
It's a DC thing that's not going to be like moody and like shitty. You know what I mean? Like, I bet Jaime Reyes isn't going to like kill himself or others by the end of the movie.
Well, that's a different kind of story.
So, did either of you watch the new Indianapolis Jones trailer?
I
No,
fell
me
for the
neither.
last one.
I only
I
saw.
just-
I didn't watch the trailer. I only saw all the people shitting on it on Twitter. I'm like, I'm good.
The de-aging stuff on Harrison Ford is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that's neat. And that's about where that ends, where my fascination with the new Indiana Jones ends. I've actually never seen the third one.
What?
Oh,
What is it? With the
Raider,
cup?
or the Last
No, the
Crusade?
cup.
Crusade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I just never did.
Damn.
Were you a young Indiana Jones TV show fan?
No, but I remember it. And I think I read a book from
I
that.
mean,
The
I remember it
Chronicles.
being on and never wanting to watch it. So
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah, me
good. I don't
too.
like the ending. The ending is a little too
For the series?
just the ending of Last Crusade, because all the other Indiana Jones movie kind of give you like a little bit of, I mean, not a little bit, I mean, it's very supernatural, but it doesn't necessarily give you the answers, right? Like, it's just like, oh my God, there was something powerful with that. We don't know what is necessarily going on, and we're too, we don't know enough about it. Where in the Last Crusade, it's like, oh, there's like an immortal Knights Templar guy, like,
just went all in.
protecting the holy, the what is it called? Come on, guys, the cup.
The Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah,
That's in the new cut, actually.
goblet of fire.
Yeah.
Come on, Gable.
What?
The hell?
The chalice.
He said it already. The chalice of the ages.
It's somebody in the Holy Grail.
Crystal
God damn
Skull. Thank you.
Oh my God,
Thank
you
you,
can tell
Jim
we're all-
Tuner.
it. The crystal.
That's my favorite bit. So Yucky wants us to remember something, and we just totally give it.
I really didn't remember. I remember
Yeah,
the
I
shape.
swear to God, I need you guys here. So what's the new one even look like it's about? Is it going to be about? Because that was the problem with the last one. It's like you can't give me 3 religious movies
The
and then be
future is
like,
female,
fuck,
bro.
it's aliens.
Future's Indiana Jones. The future.
Well,
is
should they
female.
all be about religion then and religious artifacts? I mean, I guess what other kind of artifacts are there, right?
Yeah. What else?
Aren't all artifacts religious?
Well, now
Or
it's
alien. I mean, yeah. Well, we already did that with the crystal, whatever it's called.
Oh no, Jim Turner
Crystal
says
ball.
he says the new one's about time travel.
That should go. That should
Oh
be
my
good.
God,
People freaking love time travel in our community. So
dude, I do know the title is stupid. What's it called? The Dial of what?
Okay, hold on.
Dial of Destiny or something. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny or something.
Here's the paragraph according to IMDb. Experience the return of legendary hero Indiana Jones in the 5th installment of this beloved swashbuckling series of films. Finding himself in a new era approaching retirement, Indy wrestles with fitting into a world that seems to have outgrown him. But as the tentacles of an all-too-familiar evil return in the form of an old rival, Indy must don his hat and pick up his whip once more to make sure an ancient and powerful artifact doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Just using the word tentacles, I'm going, all right, they're going Lovecraftian.
Oh no!
It seems like a weird use there.
I'm gonna guess that the old rival is one of the Nazis from the first one. Probably the one who got his face melted.
It's Hitler.
No,
Robo Hitler.
you got to save that. You got to save that for the last
Cyborg
movie.
Hitler.
So
It's like,
what
I'm going to
decade
the
is this
source
still
and
going
he
to be in the
kills baby Hitler.
60s?
I don't know. I think.
Well, they had to change the decade that it happened in. So I think it was the 70s. Now it's the 80s or something, or maybe it's vice versa. They had to change the decade for the timeline to work correctly.
Says 1969.
Nice.
That is a good. That's the sex number. I think.
That is the sex number.
I just want to see Harrison. He needs to retire.
Do you think they kill him, or do you
I
think
don't want to
he'll,
see old ass Indiana Jones. Like, it's embarrassing.
You think they'll kill him, or do you think he'll ride off into the sunset?
There's no way they're going to kill him.
Dude, Dead Punk's got a theory. Tentacles, so the enemies are Hydra.
Crossover.
They might as well. Fuck it. Fold everything in the MCU.
Does
Nobody
Disney
gives
own
a shit
Indiana
anyway.
Jones?
Yeah. They
Mr.
own it's
Jones, we'd
Lucasfilm.
like to
They own all
invite
of
you to the
Lucasfilm.
Avengers Initiative.
He's already in Fortnite. That's halfway into the Avengers.
I know. That's
you know that,
news.
Yucky?
New Fortnite, by the way. That's news.
Yeah, new Fortnite drop for all you Fort heads out there who are.
Any 12-year-olds listening. The new.
Well, we got a crazy demographic, okay?
Our demographics everywhere. And
All over
by
the
everywhere, I mean not here.
But yeah, the new season's good. Yucky, thanks for asking.
Is Indiana Jones in Fortnite yet?
Yeah, I said that already. He came out last season.
Dude, I'm telling you, you start talking about Fortnite, I just like blank out, man.
Well,
that's
who are
weird.
the new
Most
ones
people
now?
are
It's,
enthralled.
My
The
Hero
Witcher?
Academia.
My Hero So for the season pass, it's The Witcher and Doom Guy, and they're doing My Hero Academia
Doom
and
Guy.
sometime this season.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so it's looking good.
There you go. We talk about video games. Yay.
There we go.
You mentioned My Hero.
Is it, well,
I did play the new Marvel game Midnight Suns, which is kind of cool but kind of
Really?
dumb. Yeah, they did a game with the Midnight Suns, and it's involving, of course, some of the more popular characters, so they can sell the game. It's weird. The combat's cool. It's all turn-based and card-based, and then there is a lot of weird interpersonal missions where you go on like friend dates with everyone, so they can be your
What?
friend.
That's awkward.
And the main character's your OC. Yeah, it's way awkward. I had to
Okay.
go on a walk at night with Blade. It was
Yeah,
really
because the
weird.
original Midnight Suns is what? Morbius, Ghost Rider, Blade. Wasn't it some douchebag named Blaze?
Johnny Blaze.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, no, Johnny Blaze was in that Ghost Rider?
He was the Ghost
Or
Rider.
that was Ketchum or whatever his fucking name was.
Ash Ketchum.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. To be the very best.
So this new one is
So, yeah, did this have anything to do with that, or did it just...
kind of, yeah, but it might. I don't know much about Marvel right now, so I don't know who the current lineup for the Midnight Suns are. But it's one of the girls from the Runaways. It's Magic from the X Teams. It's
Johnson.
Robbie. Who's the new
That
Ghost
sounds
Rider?
horrible. The new Ghost Rider? I don't know.
New Ghost Rider with the car, and Blade, and then they added like Wolverine, Iron Man, Doctor Strange. They, like,
Everybody
padded it out. Yeah, they padded it out with everyone else. It's kind of neat though. So I love the combat. It's fun.
Yeah, because the concept is supposed to be monsters, right?
Yeah, so
The
you've got
Midnight
Lilith,
Suns,
this chick Lilith who gets awoken by Hydra, and then they're basically doing gamma magic. It's just a bunch of comic book bullshit. And they make the Scarlet Witch and the Hulk these like crazy demons and Venom. There's like a demon Venom and a demon Sabretooth. And yeah, you have to deal with that shit. So
Oh my god.
Jim Tuner is shocked at the new Ghost Rider with the whip. Yeah, I like that. I like that Ghost Rider just because I think the car looks sick, dude. This hell car, this hell whip.
Wait, when did he get a car? I don't think I ever read that one.
This
it's
new
been
one,
like
this new
5
guy.
years ago.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it was one of the first, like, when they were like changing everybody,
Oh yeah. All right. Interesting.
And I want to say that Ghost Rider is in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. I never
I think so. I
saw
think so.
it, but
Jay
I just read
Ryan
about
with
it.
Ghost Driver. That's correct.
Directed by Nicholas.
I mean, yeah, I guess if the
Yes.
original Ghost Rider can go from a horse to a motorcycle, why can't you go
Why
to
not?
like a Grand
I like
Torino
it.
car, like a
It's
Fast
cool.
and Furious thing? I guess it's not crazy.
Maybe it'll go like the Tremors route, and eventually it'll be like Ghost Flyer, and
On like a glider.
yeah,
It sounds
think-
like a kite man, but with like a ghost kite.
Kite Man, but more flamey.
Ooh. All right, that was a good.
Yeah, is there
that was a good
anything? I don't think
times.
there's anything else going on.
Actually, there is, but I
What?
think
What?
Wait, what is
What?
it? What
More
is it?
news?
What do you-
This better
last-
not be political.
the last thing. No. Mike Flanagan.
Who?
Who?
Mike Flanagan.
Oh, the
director?
guy that did
director.
House on Haunting Hill and
Yeah.
Oh,
He-
what about him?
and the
Midnight Mass.
Club.
He just did a first season of was it the Midnight Club on Netflix?
Which did
And-
not get picked up for a second season.
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
No, why?
Amazon kind of took him and gave him a TV. What is it? His own TV world or whatever. They
Dude.
basically sniped them from Netflix.
Nice.
I thought that was very bad of Netflix to let Mike Flanagan go.
There's no way. I mean,
Well-
you'd think he would go to Netflix and be like, "Hey, they offered me $20 million. What do you
Yeah.
got?"
But hasn't since like Midnight Mass hasn't his like it hasn't been so because I don't think really people really cared for his what did he do after the House on Haunted Hill? He did
I think it was Midnight Mass, right? And then he's got this new one that's
Midnight Club.
there's
Midnight
another
Club.
one though. There's the Haunting of wasn't it supposed to be like
Bly Manor.
something like yeah. Wasn't that one not very well received?
I think it was just more of the same. I don't know if it was
Yeah,
bad,
same.
poorly received, but it's just more of the same.
I mean, House on Haunting Hill is actually, I think that's actually a freaking really brilliant show. I think it's really brilliantly written. I don't think he's ever going to live up to it.
I was just shocked that Netflix seemed like they had a good thing going with them, and then Amazon kind of came in and scooped them.
I thought I heard Amazon just did like another like big movie deal or a big series deal. I can't remember.
They're making
those.
moves, guys. They got Lord of the Rings. They're ruining that. they're
I did
ruining
hear
Wheels of
Amazon
Time.
just took the #1 spot in the streaming services. I think.
Yeah.
really, but that's not
like,
fair because they
wait.
bundle it with Prime, so it's kind of a no-brainer. When
Bunch
they're
of
like,
bundlers.
I get 2 days shipping and I get to stream all these decent shows.
Hey,
But
man.
how do they base it? Like watch hours or just memberships?
Maybe, I
Or
don't know. I would think memberships.
I
Yeah.
can't fucking find it.
The
Amazon.
number,
Studios.
probably the accounts that have Prime, but also have streamed something on Prime Video.
Because I can tell you, I probably wouldn't pay for the Amazon streaming service. I don't think.
Every so
And
often,
I just
I
get it
find
with
gold.
Prime. Eh.
Then every so I got Jack Reacher. I really enjoyed that, but then you get like the newest Chris Pratt Amazon action movie or whatever. It's like
Right.
Oh man, bigger news. Amazon has secured a 4-picture deal with Tyler Perry.
Yes.
Whoa.
Medea's coming to Amazon.
My Amazon stock is soaring right now.
I just hope they make a sequel to Medea's Halloween.
They
movie.
did.
That was
They
good
made
one.
a second one.
Boo 3.
Oh, I thought you only knew of the first one.
No, they have 2 of them. I'm just hoping they make
Yeah.
another sequel to it. Those
I
are
always
pretty-
wanted another Hoobie Halloween. So maybe we'll both get our wish next year.
There you go.
You think we're good? You think we did it?
Is this one in the can? Is it in the can?
I think we're in the can. Yes, Jim. We all want Nick Cage as Superman.
Yes.
Oh, this Wednesday, make sure you go to your local comic book store and pick up the Silent Night, Deadly Night comic book, where the spirit of Billy, the original
wait.
Killer Santa, gets resurrected by the unknowing children of the orphanage that he used to.
Wait, what?
See?
He's gonna torture the kids from the orphanage?
I don't
Are
know
they all
about
grown
that.
up now?
I doubt that. I'm just saying that the kids like resurrect his spirit or something.
Why?
So it's gonna be like, what do you mean why? I don't
Because it
know.
has to
Why
happen.
do kids do this thing?
Why would you do that?
Because we need a good Silent Night, Deadly Night sequel. A good one. Even
No,
if it's
the
a
Toy
damn
Maker was
stupid
great.
comic book.
Yeah, the 5th one's awesome.
Shut up. You shut your damn whore mouth. You a lie.
Oh, boy.
On that note.
So yeah, look forward to that Wednesday. I'm not promising that because it's actually the same company that did the Fright Night comic book. What's it called? American Mythology Press or something like that.
Oh, no.
And dude, Fright Night, it was so rushed
Rolls
out.
off
dude.
the tongue.
Artwork is shit.
Really?
More
Who did
importantly,
it?
go support your local comic book store.
Yeah, that's the important part. You're supporting Silent Night, Deadly Night, and your local comic book store.
Yeah.
So I guess that brings us to a close, huh?
I think so. I enjoyed.
All right, well, thank you guys all for watching. I am one of your hosts, Full Custom Hot Dog. You could follow me on Twitter. It's Full Custom Hot Dog without the last O, because that's just too long for Twitter.
I am Yucky Gum. You can follow me on Twitter at Yucky Gum Comics. Comics coming eventually.
And I'm Gable Pennyshot. You can find me on Twitter at GPennyshot.
That's great. What a great show this evening. Of
I don't
course,
like these golf claps.
Well, you got it. It's a good clap. I like that clap because
No,
it's
I
not
either
too
want
enthusiastic.
thunderous applaud.
No. It's like a
or-
reasonable clap. Like, yeah, all right. I get what they're saying.
Can we
But
use
anyway.
some, like chuckles and
No.
laughs in there. Like
I'm going to redo this soon because I've got a bunch of sound effects that I want to throw on there. But I just have not gotten around to it yet. Anyway, thank you guys all for watching, and until next time.
The first European to step foot on Lizard Island was Captain James Cook. He'd come ashore with his crew to climb the island's highest point in hopes of spotting a passage out of the shallow waters of the Great Barrier. Escape of a different sort.